Okay, so I know that my last video was trash. So to make up for that video, I decided to make this video. Hooray! Now, you're happy. I'm happy. I love making these type of videos. Now, I was looking for some video ideas, and I got inspired by oompaville. And I thought, hey, why don't I just critique these animated stories with the biggest quotation marks you will ever find or ever imagine, and give my own opinion on them. So let's waste no more time and watch this video. This very scripted video.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I got
You know the NPC?
pregnant when I was still
Close your
in
mouth.
elementary school.
Close your mouth. You know the NPC meme? Look at her face. You can't tell me that doesn't look like the NPC meme.
I grew up in this really small island. We had few neighbors, and
Are you sure that houses and islands look like that? They look like neighborhood. That doesn't even look like an island. It looks like a forest. Are you forest people?
children didn't get to go to public school to study. I would have to travel many miles every day, and my parents.
Notice how every time she talks, she literally does toe raises. Look, just look at her for a minute. Also, where are you at? Space? Are you telling the story in space? Because that's a really funky background.
Parents couldn't afford it. My mom and dad wanted a better future for me.
Okay, so we got basic white man design number 30. You know how every white guy has this haircut? Also, is that you or your mother? Because you look oddly similar.
And they began saving up every penny they earned. It was a hard time because we had little to eat and my parents worked almost all day long. I had to help out a lot around the house, even if I was really young. I can't thank my parents enough for everything they did for me, and I know I disappointed them by getting pregnant when I was...
What? You got disappointed with them when you were pregnant? In elementary school? That's cut off. They're shocked when you got pregnant in elementary school? What a shocker.
so young. I hope I can make it up to them and repay them for all their effort and love. When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a little English, but it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn.
That does not look like a school. That looks like a government building.
And I had never gone to school at all before arriving to the USA. Everything was new to me. Growing up in such a small island, I wasn't
So we're not going to talk about how these two cars are overlapping each other? 10 out of 10 animation there.
used to the busy streets or being surrounded by lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced life of the city either. It was all so foreign and odd to me. What was worse, I was older than my...
So you're saying you're in a city, yet look at the sky. Where are y'all? Is that even America? You're probably in Japan. Where are you even from? Morio? I did it. I made my first JoJo runs in Mr. Len's video. Also, can we just talk about how this school looks like the On It stage from Smash? Look at it real close. That reminds me of On It.
my classmates when my mom and dad finally managed to get me enrolled in a public school. I was really eager to learn though, so I studied hard and paid attention to my teachers. I did my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked...
Okay, hold up. So, you say that you practice speaking and writing in English. I mean, I know you speak perfect English now, but if you just came from an island, I expect you to have, like, some sort of accent. Or something like that. I'm just saying.
Worked 2 jobs, and that allowed Mom to take care of me when I wasn't at school. That was also a big change because they usually didn't have enough.
Yeah, I'm just telling this story in a literal bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Enough time to be around me often. I was really happy about this. I was a kid and really needed my mom to be by my side. She helped me with my homework and motivated me to be responsible. I became a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates and I showed promise. Perhaps they...
Why is the principal an entirely different animation style than the rest of the people telling the story? Look at him. Also, I love how he doesn't even have a name. It's just principal.
They told me I would be able to skip a grade or 2 when I reached high school.
Wow. Thanks, YouTube. Making me buff.
6th grade arrived and everything was going well. My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home.
Hey, yeah, we got the pizza, we got the pasta, we got the spagool. We got everything for you. Macaroni. That looks like pizza. They're eating pizza with a fork. Very small forks, may I add.
Every night, and we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood.
Are you sure that was an apartment? That looks like a house.
My life was a lot better than it had ever been at the island. I had friends, I was studying, we lived in a nice place. Mom and Dad could actually spend time with me, and we even had enough money to afford nicer clothes and furniture. We were not rich or anything of the sort, but it was more than enough for us.
If you're saying you aren't rich, how come you're allowed to buy literal dresses and a leather chair?
That was when I met this.
And now we have basic white man number 24. 15-year-old edition.
This really nice guy named Brad.
Of course his name's Brad.
Fell in love with him immediately. My parents...
You fell in love with him immediately. So literally when it just popped up from there. Here I am. I'm in love with you.
Parents allowed us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent.
But you're in elementary school. You can't be dating in elementary school.
After all, we were both still so young. We spent a lot of time together. It was so much fun, and I loved kissing him.
How old were you? 9, I remember. Okay.
We were foolish and really young. One night, while my mom was working overtime...
Yeah, they're in Morio. You see the sky.
We stayed home alone. We began having...
Okay. Nope. You're in elementary school. Can't be doing that. End the video. You're in elementary school and you're doing this? How's the experience? How's the experience in doing this?
Too much fun, and one thing led to another. At first, I didn't notice anything was different. A few weeks passed by, and I began getting sick in the mornings. Mom got concerned, but since I...
Do you have no toes? Does she have no toes?
Felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu. I didn't want her to be concerned, so I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings.
Yeah, I sleep under a breath strip. I sleep under breath strips to keep me cozy and warm.
I kept going to school and studying as normal.
Okay, now you're going to a different school. Pick a design for the school.
But things kept getting weird. My stomach began swelling up, and by then I knew that something was wrong. I talked to Brad first, and we figured out I was pregnant.
How does he know about this already if he's in elementary school? You guys don't even look like you're in elementary school. You look like you're in high school.
I completely freaked out and didn't want to tell my parents anything about it, but there wasn't anything else I could do. That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner. I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them. My parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours.
They're mad? I can't believe it. Everyone, public service announcement. Kayla's parents are mad because she's pregnant. And she's in elementary school.
And couldn't believe I could have gotten pregnant since I was so young. They took me to the doctor and wanted to confirm if it was true. After a quick echography and
you took a pregnancy test already. Why don't you go to the doctor again?
a blood test, it was confirmed. I was expecting a baby. The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so there was no other choice but to keep the baby. When we got back to our home, my mom and dad started arguing. Dad said I was ruining my life, and Mom said that they needed to support me. I was their daughter, and even if
Yeah, let's support our pregnant daughter at 9 years old in elementary school.
I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me. They called Brad's parents, and the four of them met.
Look at Brad's dad, though. Basic white man design, number 5. Also, are those even phones? Those aren't even phones. They're like Lego pieces. You're calling on a Lego piece.
Up. Brad and I were terrified, and all the adults were furious. They explained that they would support.
You know, instead of letting out your anger on their parents, let your anger out on the kids.
Where's my wig at? I don't know.
Hey, Mom. I'm making a video right now.
Oh, well. I'm out here looking for the head. Don't have me on my mind.
I'll be back real quick. Okay, we're back. So, there's a little intermission, but let's continue.
Us, but that the baby would be our responsibility. We would have to keep studying, and when we arrived home from school, we'd take care of our son or daughter. We agreed immediately, of course, not only because it was the
You're too young to have a baby in the first place!
right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger. I continued studying all through my pregnancy. I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every
Yeah, we just yelled at you, but we still support you.
step of the way. Against all odds, Brad and I continued dating all through high school. When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy. We have a
Again, there's another intermission. That took longer than usual. So, perfect time to pause, too. Look at all the grown-ups' eyes. They're all blue. Are you telling me they're related? Oh my god. Don't think like that. I'm trying not to think like that.
a great relationship and get along so well with all 4 of my daughter's grandparents. We are a happy family and are doing great. We both have good jobs and plan on having more children in a few years. Sometimes people think that I'm Lucy's sister instead of her mom, but we don't mind. We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
I will not subscribe, thank you.